We shouldn't expect to find them right away. This is a vast wilderness.
Hello everyone, welcome back to, the Arctic.
The Admiralty say they've tried everything. But then they haven't lost a husband. Nor did it occur to them to search King William Sound. There! A camp! Abandoned. But we imagined as much, didn't we? And my John picked a fine spot. Perhaps they left some sign as to where they went.
And with that, we're finally in the frozen north of Anno. So just finished the expedition, obviously.
That's for finding my John's camp.
And with that, we're opening up the last area in Anno 1800.
Session unlocked.
And that is the Arctic, the new region. We need to first get to King William Island over here. We do have, of course, a mission that is gas. We do want to power Crown Falls with some gas. They're powerful gas for our gas power plants. However, we could also find her husband in the meantime. I mean, it's not really hurting us that much. Doing some good. At St. John's camp, and you may have survived the journey to the Arctic and found Sir John's old camp, but the search for his lost expedition has only just begun. Lady Faithful has suggested establishing a base of operations at the place her husband picked to winter, and that is King William's Island. There is also some remnants here, abandoned camp. We'll just find out what this is all about once we land here. In the meantime, we can enjoy the frozen north where we are, as it's getting really chilly now. Now, while my ship is on the way to King William's Island, we can continue though happily with Crown Falls. I would like to do something real quick, and that is upgrading a few of my artisans. We have way too many of them, 5,800, and it's dragging my bread consumption a bit down there. So artisan stuff, we don't have that much anymore, and that means I definitely want to have a few more engineers. Of course, that means then also more sexy investors at some point. Let's just go ahead and finish this district here in our city building, and then also another block here. Though we want to keep a bit of a transition here between artisans to workers, not engineers to workers right away. That wouldn't look that great. Here we can also go ahead with a few more. And since I have a lot of workers there as well, let's also have these guys here upgraded closer to the airport, so that we have a few more engineers in that area. There's a destroyed school, though I don't need that school anymore, since I'm going to upgrade the remaining artisans here. We can also get rid of this temporary building here, cleaning up my tourist port that is still looking a bit naked, but don't worry, we have plans for it, of course. I think the next part is we have up here also another scholar permit researched, so we can build a few more scholar houses. And then here we got still lots of workers, but I don't have that many workers anymore. 400, be a bit careful there, 300, and then probably here a few more to 90. Very good. And then we also can, of course, happily continue with some more upgrades. Perhaps here in the center of this district, right? So that I like that. That is looking okay. So we have a bit of a transition, right? We have the engineers at the center road, and then around it artisans and workers, and the same thing we can also do here. That just sounds lovely and looks lovely. And here we also have lots of them. So let's go ahead and just upgrade the whole bunch. And also these guys here, 2,000. And these guys here. By the way, what is going on up here? I could theoretically get rid of these workers there, make this a bit bigger, and move the school up to this area. Oh, there is a school close by. Yeah, well, now you have two schools. And with this, we have that area available here, and can just move a bunch of these engineers over, so that this also looks lovely, as always. Having a bit of space here. Can't hurt to have some green spaces available as well. Even though this is the end of the main road, so we might just get a special building over there as well. Also some more dirt roads. Something that we probably should get rid of as the engineers move in. Like so. So all this area here. Oh, look at that. This is looking painful. There we have it though. Down to 1,900 artisans. What's it doing with my bread? right? Dropping it from 9 to 7, and this is what I need because we only have a production of 9 at the moment in Titan. That means that I don't want to have an equal balance, of course, would be very bad for business. Also, by the way, Nantucket, my Great Eastern, has arrived. No idea what I'm doing with this ship at the moment. We'll just, yeah, position it there somewhere. We might also just make it an ornamental ship, right? A ship that is here at the tourist port later, so we can just implement that nicely for the looks, really, because I don't want to waste this on a simple trade route or anything. It's too valuable for that, too beautiful for that, so I'm not doing that. Alrighty, that's that. Let's head back to the Arctic, shall we? Because my dreadnought has arrived at this old camp. Nothing here, unfortunately.
And then make a refuge for ourselves.
So we just have to clean those abandoned tents now.
As long as you preserve what's already there.
Oh yeah, I think, by the way, there's no other forces in the Arctic at the moment. We can unload those goods here and just go for some exploration with the dreadnought. I can also now...
Hold hard. The crag. Heaped by Highland
There is something.
Is well worth
Sir
our
John's
time.
logbook we have collected. Let's just go back to Crown Falls real quick and get us some ships for building materials. Do I have another airship available here? Twist of Corral. Down there in Orestes. By the way, in Orestes we could, yeah, upgrade us a few more buildings here. Wasting those building materials that we have. Way too many of anyway. There's going to be a service building here. No doubt about that. And just a few more houses. That I can unload the rest, and let's get the ship back. Oh, look at that. Also someone is settling. Oh, on Archie's old island, Benter. She was quick about that. Interesting. And let's take some of my cargo ships, not the white flag one, we don't need it. And a huge collier, very good. This will be lots of building materials to speed up our construction of an Arctic outpost. And probably also a second settlement right away. We just need a bunch of timber for that. Also some bricks. And yeah, let's take one of steel beams. The huge collier will be way better for this. Steel beams, right? 300 tons should be fine. Let's take 100 tons of windows and some concrete as well, because for the commute piers we might need that. Defenses I don't care about for now, so really it's just some timber and some bricks then as well. And those two ships, let's get them to the Arctic.
Fleet awaiting orders.
To King William Island, our outpost that we have right now. Don your coats, it's getting cold. Captains and crew. Alright, Sir John's logbook, next in line. And made camp on King William Island, it shall shelter us for the winter. And then a bunch of other things. And the Inuit led us to the channel. Time for our mighty icebreakers. So this is what happened. They, yeah, continued on.
Must have seen them. Maybe they can help us.
And the native Arctic inhabitants might tell us more. I just need to find them first. And while doing that, we can also find us a bunch of other islands that we have here. Right, so let's just scour the whole southern area there. Because I know in the north, yeah, it's getting really cold. Santa Claus is living somewhere here, and he doesn't want any visitors, to be honest. He can be very rude. We also have another quest here that is old Nate, for some strange reasons, is also interfering. It is time to set up a camp in the Arctic. He also provides us some building materials. Very nice. Thank you so much for all your care, even though I know there might be something behind it. So let's just start up a major road there once again that continues then onwards somewhere here into this plateau, because King William Island is like this smaller, narrow area, right, with a beautiful lake though. Here, and then it goes all the way up there, all around the big mountain to the top here. That is really cool about this island. Not very practical though for industry and stuff. But of course we can still do something here. We can build, for example, a warehouse a bit further up there, and also another warehouse here by the lake. And then also the first settlement. However, bear in mind, yep, we're in the Arctic, we don't need heating. And I think for now, oh, we have 50 tons of coal. Nice. Speaking about coal, where's my airship here? There it is. It's just arriving in Crown Falls, because this one is going to be loaded with coal that we can use for heating. We might actually, now that I think about it, Twist of Corral. Let's actually make a trade route out of this fella there right away. Going from Crown Falls right to the Arctic, right to King William Island, And this one is loading a bit of timber. No, we don't need timber. We can produce that ourselves. But very important, a bit of bricks, a bit of steel beams, and coal, right? A lot of coal. It has 3 slots available, and I would like to fill it all in. For King William Island and Twist of Corral, you can start on this trade route, and so it does right away. Once it decided for a landing pad, that is. Here it wants to do it. Okay, now it's on its way. We could then also go get a second airship on this one. We have finished Viper, that is still in the New World. So let's assign it right away to it as well. It's going to take a while to get here, right? But very quick nonetheless. And then we have 2 trade routes on this. We don't really need to waste any time here. So let's build that. Build that. Dreadnought, meanwhile, up here. Alrighty. Another unsettled island. Nice, 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 nice. Juicy resources. We do need to be a bit quick about settling because the AIs, Bente and Hugo, will also get to this area now, since it's been unlocked. So we probably should do some quick settling there of other islands. For my first productions, yeah, let's go ahead with some lumberjack huts. We do need to heat them, right? Yes, we do need to heat them. So there might be actually something better. And that is getting one of my trade routes, also getting this over. For now, though, we can go ahead with this. I will need a heater up here anyway, right? So we do have one heater here that is also going for the mine then. And the charcoal kiln. So this one, I think the ratio was 1:1, right? Yep. So this charcoal kiln here can power that heater, right? And then we do need a second charcoal kiln to power the settlement for now. And the heater, and then we have the sawmills. Let's make it 2 of them with 2 lumberjack huts. They don't need heating. So, oh, they also need heating. It's been a while. It's been a while. Let's just check it out. Does it reach it? It does reach it. Perfect. And this one here as well. So at least my lumber production is secured with that and producing juicy timber that we need. The steel beams are coming over anyway from Crown Falls. The coal is actually also coming over, so surplus we can use, but we do need more coal than for other islands. And with that, we should be golden already. Let's go ahead and, yeah, build us a canteen. There is no marketplace really in the Arctic, right? So you really just have the shelters, then you have the canteen, and also at the same time, the heater. The heater kind of like serves as a hub there as well. So we do need to kind of like build everything around the heater. And let's go ahead, build the heater that is powering then the area already, a canteen, very important, and then also the first shelters. And look at that, who's already arriving, our airship. It's so fast, it's incredible. I literally was just building that block here and the airship is already here, delivering coal, timber and stuff like that, and it's on its way back home again. Of course, it will then just naturally get back here, and we can use King William Island as a central hub for the Arctic, really getting all of that done. The first explorers are also moving in. Let's just build us a few more. There you go. And with that also our production up here, that is the wood production, the heater, and also the charcoal burners. Though I think we are going to get rid of them again. Now for the heater, right, we have it for this district. They have a very slow or very low range, right? So I'm going to build a second one then over here, and we will definitely need 2 more than up there, depending on how big that settlement here gets. Let's build us a few more. I think that one. We can also see on the pipes where the heat is flowing, so the warm water. And also my 2 ships have arrived with building materials and moss that we can use. And yeah, I'm also going to use one of them, the huge collier, to settle on one of the other islands real quick, where we do have some good space available. Unfortunately, the Arctic islands are not very big, but still we have options. This one here is looking good. It has a nice beach area. It has a whale abundance, caribou, bear abundance, and fur abundance. This one has the exact same things, and King William Island also has the exact same things. Let's get over there. We don't need to worry about anything here. And settle there.
In one of your factories.
The question is, yeah, the other ship has also arrived. Is there another island here? I think there is something that we can still settle. And what is my dreadnought doing? Being stuck here at the permanent ice, so there is no passage there anymore.
Spin the big wheel.
Has to be a settlement here somewhere. It's cold. It's cold. Please endure. At least there's still smoke coming out, so it must be warm on the inside. Where are those Native Americans? Native Americans, I say. Native Arcticans. Native Arctic inhabitants. Let's build a few more. We have the timber. There you go. Heating the whole area there. My chilly explorers are getting to know their new home, where they are right now. And also the canteen is working here. We don't need pemmican as our first resource then, as our first consumer good. Timber we have enough. We got 63 explorers now working. By the way, do I have unlocked any harbor buildings yet? No, I don't. So that is not something I can do. I can go though for the pemmican cookhouse. The pemmican cookhouse needs two things here once again. So the caribou hunting cabin, which requires heating. And it's producing 1 ton per minute. So we have plenty of space for that at the moment. 1 caribou hunting cabin, as we can see here, and here we have heating though. And it can be used in the same area as we have the charcoal burners, right? So we are not wasting space here really by that, which is perfect. And then the cookhouse that we're going to have here somewhere in the center.
So
probably
brave,
here.
and so many lives saved.
That should be golden. By the way, my trade route.
The fire has been
Why do I use bricks? I don't need bricks on this trade route, to be honest. I need timber. Let's go ahead and add timber. There's no reason why we should get bricks on it, right? We don't need that. We do need timber and steel. And we do have the cookhouse here. Then we have the hunting cabin a bit further up. We can still move them around later then, but it should be in one path. And then we have the whaling station. It needs a shore. That also needs heating, by the way. So that's why we need to have the heater a bit closer to the shore there, because the whaling station needs to work there. It's magic. And let's get this one also done over there. And as we can see, being heated right away. And let's also provide those two buildings. And with that, our first production is started. Our first real new production, the pemmican cookhouse, producing us the pemmican. That's all nice and dandy. We can continue now. We have arrived over here, so I can settle now if I want to. Of course I want to. What am I doing here? Port Defiant, it's called. Alrighty. Another island. There is another island here. That is just insignificant, but it has the seal abundance. I think we don't have any other one with the seal abundance right now, and I'm going to need it. Yeah, I'm going to need it. So we're going to settle on this wasteland. Really? Oh, yeah, it has a good shore. It has a very good shore for us that we can use, because the seal does need a shoreline there as well. So let's do this here.
Now you've got more islands than me.
Move it to the far side of the other area here, and with that also settle in Caribou Station, it's called. Already has some building materials then on board as well. We haven't unlocked the seal though yet. Let's get the cargo ship back to King William Island, and Port Defiant we might actually use for our next city. But first, where are the Inuits? They have to be here. It can't be. I'm also sending over my cargo ship here because we need to speed up the exploration in order to advance on these quests. I think it might actually be even further up in the north. So let's send the cargo ship up there as well. And island-wise, I don't think there's anything here, right? Nope. Now, a much better hub for a big city, let's call it city, in the Arctic is Port Defiant. It's just beautiful. It has lots of flat area, right? And we can just really build something here. In King William Island, it's not that easy. So King William Island more or less is just an outpost for us, while Port Defiant is going to be the major city, the major camp that we have in the Arctic. Now we might not call it Port Defiant, but Port Devilly. Thank you very much, Devilly, for your support on Patreon. And with that, you are going to be the biggest camp in the Arctic. Hopefully we're not losing it. The pressure is unreal. There is something now, finally. Holy cow, that took me quite some time. It's been a while since I've visited the Arctic, and yeah, I know why. It's really, really cold. And I'm not really after that much gas. Anyway, we're here. We need to ask them. We need to ask them very difficult life questions. Another plateau.
I feared you would come. I will show you where those men...
Alright, we need to get to a starting point. We're probably going to do this with my cargo ship though. Yep, let's begin. There it is. I'm not going to follow this, oh god, with my dreadnought. Where's my cargo ship? Real quick, get to this one, please. It's over there. It's going to take a while before it gets here, because with the dreadnought, will I be able to follow this little ship there? I don't know. We might be ill-equipped for the journey ahead. I mean, look at that. I never failed at this mission. I wonder what happens if you fail because you are so stupid. Take the wrong ship with you. It's doing fine so far. The cargo ship is already coming closer to.
Cargo stations.
The cargo ship will also follow this ship, so that we are playing it safe here at the moment. So Port Davily, there it is, and yeah, Port Davily is going to be major. The first thing that I would like to do really is we're going to reroute the trade routes that we have here from King William Island to Port Davily. So here we want to unload all of that, what we need. I'm going to get a second trade route in from Cape Trelawney to Port Davily. And we're also going to plush it full here with also some bricks this time, right? More steel beams that we need. And we might also... Oh, and the occasional coal, by the way. And we can make this full. And let's also get the... Let's get the huge collier that is already waiting here. The hot kipper. Is it the hot kipper? No, it's not the hot kipper. There it is. Rangoon is going to be on this major trade route. This is a pretty big one. It is full though, so let's just wait with it here. The dreadnought is holding up. That is amazing.
A new milestone.
And King William Island is a camp now at least, right? So it's growing mightily. Can, by the way, also add some more shelters here, since we do have the heating. And it's actually not that bad, right? It goes all the way here, so we can still add some 2 more shelters then in that area too, for maximum coverage of 1 heater. Port Davilish, meanwhile, let's continue. I'm not going to have a timber production here, right? But we're still going to need some food production and whatnot. So right up here at the edge of everything, let's go ahead with 1 charcoal kiln for now, because I don't have coal in Port Davily now. Coal and the charcoal kiln number 2. So we have 1 heater for this industry area then. Yep, it can reach the outermost side here. Plus also... No, that's fine, right? Plus 1 charcoal kiln for a basic coal production. And then down here we have our city that is coming up. Ornament-wise, we don't have that many ornaments available. It would be very strange if I build one of these guys here. So a hibiscus garden. But I'm going to find some ornaments that we can use. And thus we can also use some of these blocks here. Right, so never really tried to get this in as well. Might be interesting. Might be interesting. But we have the space. We have the space for all of that. Though, of course, we are a camp here after all, right? It's not going to be so easy.
We now have the required permits.
Oh yeah, we'll also continue with the expansion of Crown Falls there. Let's have the heater somewhere then here, right? So with that, we need to make sure that everything here is. Also, the ranger station, another very important building. Let's have this one central. It has a pretty big range that it can provide. And then the canteen as well. Also, once again, a pretty big range. We could have, though, 2 canteens. 1 for this area. I think that is the better way of doing it. And then 1 for this whole area there. Yeah, very good. That's how it can be. And then we can have more houses than here. Fine, fine. And then we have this whole area there. We can actually have a whole block here. Make this one complete. Though up here we do need to make sure that we have then another heater then. Alright, here we are. Also arrived now on time. There is now ice that is blocking the path forward into the even more coldest areas.
If it takes our last breath, we must find...
And for that, we do need to get some dynamite up there, I think. At least we get some credits. Thank you very much. Oh, Hugo. Also this, once again, we need to check. I was actually purchasing shares, but because of the Arctic, I forgot about it. and we are being paid for that. Next one, the Ice Brigade. We do need to supply pemmican. We are doing this already, so the timer is running down. And then we can also continue with the breaking through the ice right over there. No more airships have arrived, right? Ah, there it is. There is an airship now, just now arriving here in Port Devely. And I can use this moment to also build now the first houses here. So the first heaters together with the charcoal burners, even though the coal is already coming in. And then we can also have the first shelters now here. And with that, Port Devely is starting our main area for the Arctic. This is going to be major, starting it all up. And yeah, we also follow along with that quest line here to help Sir John William Faithful. Stay tuned.